Hello again, everyone. This is Jeff Reed, former writer for iFanboy. I've got two kids, both elementary school age, and they love reading comics. They just don't love reading these comics. These things are superheroes, they're dad comics. They're not really what they care about reading at all, though I have read some of them to my kids. They haven't glommed onto them as I did at their age. Now, they're more interested in the things aimed at middle grade readers. Now, middle grade is really a fancy term in the literary world for middle and through late elementary school age and into early middle school. That's usually the age we're talking about. That's also known as the tweens, is kind of that same age range. Now, middle grade comics are great, and because my girls are reading them, they want to make their own, so they're constantly writing little stories. They're constantly trying to make up their own worlds to create their stories in. And when I heard that Graphics was doing a book by Raina Telgemeier and Scott McCloud called The Cartoonists Club about four kids about my kids' ages making their own comics, I had to get it as soon as I heard of it. Now, this is a story about Linda, Michaela, Art, and Howard, and the four of them having an after-school art club where they decide and learn how to create their own comics and then selling mini comics that they've created at a local comic convention. It's a wonderful little story, and it gets into specifics of these kids having to figure out how to convey emotion and storytelling in art and word, how to express themselves in a way that is not too revealing, but is also indicative of what they're living through, what they're thinking about, and just what comics can do that other kinds of storytelling techniques cannot do. Essentially, it is like Raina Telgemeier's earlier Smile combined with Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics. In this book, you get lots of stories of these kids' lives, but you also get them being taught and learning about the comics medium, how to express certain things, what the shorthand is in comics, how to do establishing shots, all of these kind of things that Scott McCloud talks about in Understanding Comics and how the medium works, but told in a way that is very tween-centric and very tween-friendly. Whereas Understanding Comics isn't necessarily a bad place to start. It's a little more complicated than, say, the Cartoonists Club. Having those options there for them and having the teaching young kids about how to make their own comics is a wonderful thing. Raina does most of the pencil work on where characters are, how they're looking, so there's a uniformity to the work. And Scott McCloud does a lot of the work of the cartoons that the kids themselves are making. And so you see both Raina and Scott's work on the page. You see them collaborating in an interesting way, and you see the kids learning about the art that is of most interest to them. I would definitely recommend Cartoonist Club if you have a young kid in your life looking to get more information about how to create their own comics.